Hello, friends. Welcome. Once again, back to Satisfactory. It's been a couple weeks. We have, what is it, 2 weeks-ish? 2.5, maybe? Before 1.0 gets released. And before that happens, I would like to complete all the milestones at the very least. And, I actually don't remember. Okay, we have particle enrichment after this. And all we need to get this one done is to have the rest of the supercomputers. We need 66 of those. Then we can research leading edge production, and then, of course, after that, we'll be able to make a bunch of stuff to make particle enrichment happen. But that's a whole lot. I don't know if we're going to get everything done, but we are going to try. Hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday afternoon. Forgot your earbuds and you're out for a birthday brunch. Well, it is okay to live life and have fun in the real environment. I will not hold that against you. But it's good to see you, even if you're only here to pop into chat for a little bit. So we're going to see what we can get done today. AI limiters. I think we have a pretty good amount of resources to actually complete everything. It's just not organized very well. I have you muted. I'm yelling because of that. Well, I guess that's fine. Alright. Who is being made here? Computers. Of course. Waiting on circuit boards. I'm willing to bet it's because of plastic. It's almost certainly because of plastic. And those are coming from where? Yep, it's because of plastic. Oh, here we go. Devilish Fun giving 10 gifted memberships. So if you're muted, you're not hearing me talk about it. But let's see who's got them. Pedro, Hellraising. Okay, I recognize a couple of these names. Sigve, Echo, Frank Kemps, Hushman, Alicia, Dr. Helfenstein. That's a name that goes way back. Been here a long time, off and on. Silverdyne and Mike O'Donnell. Recognize several of those. Welcome to the rest of you, and welcome back to those of you who have been boosters before. Of course, you get early access to all the videos the night before they go up for everybody else. And you get a name on a beaver. Other fun stuff. Does Roller Coaster have a volume for lowering the streams? Yes, I did not realize how loud the game sound was, and that will be addressed. Because you don't really know until you go back and listen to stuff. It's like, okay, maybe this is a little bit loud. It wasn't loud enough for me to think, all right, well, I just have to completely redo this. But future videos, it'll be quieter. Hey, well, enjoy your movie. You don't have to. You don't have to pause that for being here. The VOD will always be there. Heard that one was good. Especially IMAX would be fun. But right now we are. Yeah, we're waiting on some computers to get this done. I've got 15. And like I said at the start of the stream, we need 60... Well, now we need 66 of these. Which means we need 51 because I have 15 in hand. Oh god, do they have a cursed popcorn bucket for that movie too, like they did with Dune? Alright, let's make our way downtown. By downtown, I mean over here. Pop those supercomputers in, and then see what other kind of processes we can optimize just a touch. Yeah, see, now we only need 51 of these. Thanks for being here, Devilish. Even if you're lurking, and even if you can't hear me. So what we're doing here is we're making fused modular frames. 4.8 per minute from both of these combined, and we've got 48 of them so far. These, of course, go into, if I can remember what the codex is. Is it O? Yes. I think it goes in these, well, we can't make them yet, so it's not going to show us the recipe, but it goes in like the nuclear pasta kind of deal. Fused modular frame is what we're making currently. But then this, of course, gets turned into all sorts of other fun stuff once we get there. I've seen the alien bucket. I'm very... Curious is not the word I would use. I have a lot of questions, but I'm not curious, if that makes sense. No, the popcorn bucket, Hoff, that we're referencing is very weirdly shaped for a popcorn bucket. And it has like these these like tendrils around the hole you stick your hand in to get the popcorn out. People on the internet who have been on the internet for a very long time are going to have very disturbing ideas about that stuff. Not even in the live chat and got the gifted membership. Yeah, it'll give you gifted memberships if you have watched somebody at all live in the past and you have gift memberships turned on. Live and I'm awake. It's 1900 hours here in Sweden and I've been playing Satisfactory all day. Well, hey, now you got more you can watch. Glad to have you here. So, to get our supercomputer stuff improved, I think really the only way to solve that is just to have more plastic, but that's what we spent a lot of last time doing, was increasing our production of plastic, and I don't know how much more we can reasonably do without completely redoing everything. And I don't think that's a prudent use of our time, so we might just have to wait a little bit. So right now, we're waiting on computers, which of course are being made over here with our special recipe, but they need circuit boards, which require plastic. And the plastic is the thing that's causing... Oh, why is this paused? Why did I do that? It was probably the quick wire, actually, that was causing that. Okay, well, we'll get that going back again. I completely forgot I had paused that. Well, at any rate, that's going to be doing whatever it has to be doing, and we'll make computers, and then we'll have to get those guys going over here. I think I have those automated. I think, yeah, I was going to put the computers in this thing, but I didn't have any to put in there. We have so much spaghetti over here, folks. It's not even funny. Yeah, so that's going in this side. Oh, because this was taking the high-speed connectors, too. Why did I do it this way? This doesn't make any sense. No, I remember you sending that, but I have not taken a look at that. Why is this the back side of the computers? I want to look at the good side of the computers. It's a neat little asset to watch. Is that one of those, like, mobile games where you just have to keep incrementing stuff? Yeah, see, what a neat little, Wait. Is it just automatically facing away from me every time I look at it? Or am I just stupid? Probably a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, if we're being honest with each other. But this can go in... Where's my computers? There we are. Yeah, because these guys have everything else that they need, except the regular computers. Ah, no, it wasn't changing orientation. I just didn't remember what the front looked like. 3D mapping for machines. I'm probably not the right person to teach you that, just because I'm not really very spatially minded. But what I've always found helpful is to always lay stuff out on these grid foundations. That helps keep things organized. And if you're looking to go vertical with it, you just need to make sure that you're lining up your outputs. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of information to give you, I don't think. So much spaghetti you almost qualify to be a mustachioed plumber. Well, I do have a mustache. I'm not good at plumbing. I have done some stuff before just because it's super expensive to hire people like, oh, well, we can figure out what's going on with this. And then, like, you know, an hour and a half later, you have no clue what's going on. And you might have caused more damage, but you did something and you tried. That's what counts. Did they get the idea? Ooh. I hope not. It's always possible. I'm assuming you're talking about the popcorn bucket, but I'm definitely not reading that out loud. There is a, I guess you could call it an international grocery store chain that we have near us that I went to earlier this week, and they had a bunch of like imported milk tea products from Asia, and I bought several of those a couple weeks back, and I went back and I got some more. It's very good. I think I'm actually trying to figure out where this is from. I think it's okay. No, this is all. It might all be Chinese. Yeah. No, it's really good. It's like a barley tea with a little bit of condensed milk in it. Very tasty. You have 1,600 hours in Satisfactory. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot more than I do. I think I've got like 400? 500? Yeah, 1.0 is going to be really fun. I am very excited. We're going to do a completely new playthrough for that in a different spot on the map. I'm thinking, if I can click the map thing, because this one has been basically entirely in the desert. The main start is right around here-ish, if I remember correctly, and that's the first place I played, and I think I'm going to want to play there again for 1.0. But this area right here, this is a bunch of oil fields, and I think, Mark, this is what you might have been talking about. I just called this the oil sands for whatever reason, but this is where I had the thumbnail for this series. I built a giant oil refinery power generation station, and that's where that is. That's where that thumbnail came from. But the logistics of building that with the idea that we're almost, quote-unquote, done, it might actually take longer to get that up and running and integrated with the rest of the supply chain than it would be to just wait for this to be finished. Hey, I only just watched episode 1 of this today. Seeing the transformation of what you've built here is insane. Yeah, it's truly nuts. And I am by no means good at this game. I just like it. So, if you can tolerate the nonsense of making a bunch of spaghetti and a couple buildings that, I don't know, I think look decent, then hopefully you'll enjoy the series. There's a lot of downtime where I'm just talking to chat about different things, so please feel free to skip as much as you want. I'm not going to sit there and demand that you watch every single second at 1.0 times speed, but hopefully it's interesting. What are we working on today? We are trying to get leading edge production finished. That's the rest of these supercomputers, and then getting into the final research, which is all the nuclear power stuff. I don't know exactly how far we're going to be able to get, but I would like to, before 1.0 comes out, I would like to have nuclear power up and running at least a little bit. Milk tea is more of a Hong Kong thing. Yeah, that is what that's what I had assumed. Although I got introduced to it in a Thai restaurant, and that was very good. The Thai iced tea, and they sold that too. And when I went back, they didn't have any more of that, and that was a little disappointing. But it's easy enough to make. Yeah, if you're firmly wedded to symmetry and Satisfactory, you're going to have a bad time. It's very, very hard to keep stuff symmetrical here. All right. So, like I said, this is making the fused modular frames. These are going to go into a bunch of the... How many do we have? Cool, 56. They're making that at a pretty decent rate. Those are going to go into a bunch of the stuff for nuclear power, which the game I don't think calls nuclear power, just calls particle enrichment. But, wait a second, did we... Oh, we already unlocked nuclear power. Oops. Well, we can't really do too much with it yet. But this is mostly... This Mining Mark III is going to really help us out in a couple spots. But the particle enrichment is where the super crazy stuff comes in. Like you have your particle accelerators and your plutonium stuff, nitric acid, nuclear pasta, or if your name is Kibbitz, pasta. I haven't watched this stuff in a while, but always did enjoy that. I'm just kind of waiting for plastic at this point. And I know I said I was going to try to de-spaghettify this whole area, but I honestly don't know how possible that's going to be. It is quite spaghettified. Now I got 19 computers. Pop that over here. Did you grab the milk tea by accident? No, it was very much on purpose because it is delicious. Yeah, the Roller Coaster Tycoon stuff I'm really excited for. The first scenario really doesn't have very much going for it. So I was a little bit worried that people might not like it because not really much you can do. But, of course, if you played the game before, you understand. There's a lot of stuff you can do in that game once you get into the later scenarios. And you have all of the different expansions and the different scenery packs and everything. It's really cool. So right now I'm looking at maybe doing those twice a week to replace the Penguins and the Prison Architect videos. But Penguins have the series finale on Tuesday. That'll be the last episode of them. So then the next Roller Coaster Tycoon video will probably be next Saturday. And then I might do the Tuesday, Saturday releases for those guys. Or I might end up shuffling some other stuff around. I'm not entirely sure yet. Because we still have the Folk Tales playthrough Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we have Water Beavers on Thursdays and Sundays. But Folktales will probably be in like another 2 weeks worth of those, and then that'll be over. And then the water beavers might take a little bit longer past that, depending on how well things go for the late game research. We'll see what happens. All right, all that for 4 supercomputers. But at least we have plastic still, and we can make 7 more. I'm just gonna have to babysit these computers for the foreseeable future, which is a little annoying, but hey, it is what it is. I guess I could maybe, I don't know, do I really want to bother with the smart splitter? I think I might as well just manually come over here every so often to do it. Did we finish Prison Architect? We sure did. That one kind of got a little out of control at the end. And by a little out of control, I mean a lot of it out of control when they kept killing each other and I couldn't stop it. But we did basically everything there is to do in that game. Uranium nodes are quite far away from where you are. It might take a bit on logistics. I don't think they're that far. I thought there was I thought there was a uranium node like up here maybe. But I know for sure there's one in a in like a cave. I just can't remember exactly where it was. I've been to the location before. Maybe not in this playthrough. Is milk tea what the Japanese like after getting out of a you're thinking of an onsen. Not an onset, but I don't know. I'm not Japanese, never been to Japan. But I do know, I think they're more into like the hot teas and the barley tea versus milk tea stuff, but I could be wrong. JR talking about the Japanese National Railway. Instead of electrifying all its train lines or partially electrify using batteries, wants to instead use liquid hydrogen. Oh, that's a terrible idea. I am very aware how dangerous liquid hydrogen is. Milk or ice cream is what's... Okay. Good to know. That one got out of control. Have you looked at the belt sins? I am fully aware of the grave sins I have committed for this entire area here. But no, the prison architect, we completely lost control of, you know, keeping the prisoners alive, which is a very important thing to do. But see, I don't know why they won't fully electrify stuff. It makes so much sense, and I don't know. I know I don't have to talk to you about this, but you being our friend Dr. Cudson here in chat, but man, it's just almost everything inside of the Tokyo area is electrified, and it works beautifully well. Obviously, like the countryside stuff, not going to be all electrified, and you have the diesel multiple units and all the other stuff for that. But, like, why would you not just electrify everything? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I've heard the, is it matcha? The green stuff. I never had that. I've been told it's supposed to be good, but maybe at some point. They had it for sale at I think the place was called H Mart or whatever. But they had some for sale there, but I didn't end up getting any. Hydrogen is harmless. I mean, it's incredibly flammable. But I don't know if that translates to harmless, but if, you know, handled correctly, then sure. But we all know how that goes. Knowing autocorrect... Okay. Yeah, autocorrect doesn't like when you have foreign language terms that you don't normally use. It'll be like, oh, what's this? I don't know what this is. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Go get yourself one if you want one. Life's short. Enjoy the ride. So I've got a couple of supercomputers pop in here. Unless I forgot to pick them up, which would be embarrassing. Nope, I've got them. Now we need 39. And then we're going to need to really figure out how we're going to make the rest of this stuff for our nuclear power. So let's actually take a look at this. Nuclear power plant needs... Oh, okay. That's actually not that hard to build. The bigger problem is going to be finding the uranium. So I guess we could go on an expedition to go look for some. But of course, the nuclear power plant has to consume water and nuclear fuel rods. So we probably instead need to focus on actually making the nuclear fuel rods. And I don't remember if there's some special name for those or if it's just, okay, electromagnetic control rod and uranium fuel rods. I'm sure there's some sort of process for making this. Okay, uranium fuel rod needs 50 encased... Oh, geez. All right, this is going to take a while. 50 encased uranium cells and 5 electromagnetic control rods. This... Holy... Okay, this is why we hadn't done this yet. 30 miles one way. Okay, maybe let some dreams be dreams. That's a long way to drive for Starbucks. Interviewing for a job... Uwajima, I think, is that how that would be pronounced? Takes an hour more by train to get there from Osaka. Heavy populated areas have great service everywhere else. 80s vintage or earlier. That's what I've heard. Is that you always see all these memes from, I don't know, the foreign influencers. Or when I say foreign influencers, I mean like Americans who go and live in a place like Japan and just make a bunch of videos. They're always like, Japan's living in 2050s. Like, not really. If you actually do research on stuff. A lot of the big cities are super modernized, but the countryside might as well be stuck in the past. Like, they still use fax machines. I haven't sent a fax in, like, 20 years, at least. And even then, it was like, why do we still have this? When I know you're specifically talking about trains, but just in general. Pretty stark difference. Or my favorite, I think, is the, I need to actually, do something here. But... I keep getting shown these videos of people who are like, oh, look, I found this really cheap house in Japan. It's like, oh, wow, it's only $10,000 US. Like, you can't live there as a foreigner. Like, you will not be able to live there. Like, stop trying to get these people like, oh, I can go buy a house in Japan. It's like, can you, though? You're never going to, actually be part of that. I have to use fax machines in my last... Okay, well, it's different depending on what industry. I guess education isn't really an industry. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really like that term, but... I know the healthcare industry still uses faxes to a certain extent. But most business stuff that I've had to do, that I've had to deal with, anything that we would have faxed, we just send as a PDF and an email now, unless it's got credit card information or something, in which case it's a secure payment portal. ICBM launch codes were on floppies up until a few years ago. Yes, but that doesn't bother me. Because you don't want something like ICBM launch codes to be on the modern internet at all. You want it to be on some sort of obscure, like, offline, like the most offline possible technology so nobody can hack into anything. No, so that's totally fine. And that's a system that would have been designed way back when that was the new hotness in terms of technology, so that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, okay, talking about expensive maintenance and repair, yeah, I think a lot of people, especially in the US, who have like the rose-colored glasses about anything to do with Japan, don't understand that average houses there are not meant to last longer than a couple decades. Like, they're specifically built to be torn down and rebuilt. Yeah, for whatever it's worth, fax machines are surprisingly secure compared to computer stuff just because of obsolescence. "30 miles, small town, we only have a gas and 3 fast food. I don't know what a Brookshire's, a David's. Well, I know Family Dollar and Dollar Tree and Dollar General. We have those here. But I'm trying to think, because I do a lot of cross-country travel. We like to drive just because it's fun to do, and you can see a bunch of different things, stop and see people, go to national parks and stuff. Instead of just, spending 5 hours in a sardine can, you can spend 4 days driving. No, but it's fun. We like doing that. So we'll drive through these small towns, and we'll see local restaurants or tiny regional chains. We'll always go to those kind of places just to see what life is like in different spots. But there's a lot, especially in the western U.S., that is incredibly remote, and there's just nothing there. And then, of course, you have places like Australia where it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilometers of highway with nothing. Just north of Waco. Okay, so you're not really remote, but you're remote enough to feel like you're completely remote. But, let's see. Does Waco qualify as West Texas? I think it does. But there's a lot of that stuff that is just super, super remote feeling. Even though you're not really that far, technically, from other places. Like, you're not in a dark sky site. But you're far enough where you can feel like you're in the middle of nowhere and no one's going to come bother you, which is always nice. Hey, Linux. People don't really like the game. I don't know that it's people don't like the game. It's that it's just not beavers, and that's what the vast majority of people here are here for, which is fine. I kind of expect that. But these videos, or these aren't videos, they're streams, but they've never really had that many people watch these. And it also could be because we're 33 streams in, and 1.0 is coming out, and people are just going to kind of save it for that. Satisfactory isn't my main thing. So that's not what people are going to tune into. The Timberborn streams that got 150 or 200 live viewers every single time were an anomaly and not the norm. But the people who watch these videos, I keep calling them videos, the people who tune in for Satisfactory really like the game. And we enjoy playing it, so I'm not going to be worried about, oh, nobody's watching this stuff. It's like, it doesn't really matter. How long max do Australian road trains get? It depends, but I've seen some... Well, I've never been to Australia, but I have a couple of friends who live there who tell me about stuff. I think the longest one that I've ever seen, like, pictures or video of is like 3 or 4 trailers. But they might get longer than that. Yeah, there's only 60 to 100 hours of content to catch up on. Right, exactly. That's intimidating to a lot of people. I don't blame them if they don't want to watch it. People have been asking me to watch One Piece for like 20 years. I'm not doing that. It's like 1,200 episodes. No, there will not be any oxygen not included today. Just going to do a little bit of stuff in here. Unfortunately, we do have to kind of wait to get the leading edge production stuff finished to really do too much more. We'll do a little bit here, and then I have to record the water beavers for tomorrow. First time you've ever set up nuclear power? Yes. I have never done nuclear power. We're already further in this build, this playthrough, than I have ever been in the game. I just spent a lot of time messing with early game stuff. Let's go check on our stuff again. Oh, going the wrong way against the conveyor is never a smart idea. Yeah, we can go see Meatball. I know Devilish can't hear right now because it's got the phone muted, but I know that is an important thing. So we'll grab these two. And by 2, I mean 8. Math is hard. Pop that in there, and then we'll go pay Meatball a visit. See what he's got for us. And then we got to figure out where the uranium is and where we want to put nuclear power. And also what we're going to do with the waste. Hey, Gary. Good to see you. We also need to get our hazmat suit on. I think we've already built that, but we just never end up using it. Hey, Meatball. 28 copper ore. Don't need that, but thank you anyway. There's some berries. You want some berries? No, I don't want it set to auto. I want... There we go. Give me the berries. There you go, bud. Eat the berries. No? Okay. Well, we'll come back later. Why is that open still? There we go. I guess I had inadvertently left it in always open mode. Have to see if your view on it is the same as mine. Most of my playthroughs I don't have to bother to set up nuclears. Petroleum power is enough. I mean, I don't need it. I just feel like it's something we should do because it's there. Everything that we're running right now is operating at more than enough capacity to take care of everything we've got going on. I actually don't remember what our power statistics are looking like, so I guess we could check that out. Oh, it's actually a little uneven, which is weird. That should be pretty steady, but we have plenty of headroom. I think the nuclear power, if we, yeah, 2,500 megawatts. But it's a huge pain in the butt to set that stuff up. So why don't we see where the uranium is? I thought it was like in this general area, but I could be wrong. Load the waste into the particle accelerator. I mean, I don't know what kind of recipes you can do with that stuff. It still hasn't found uranium? Like, I know we have uranium in different deposits we can get, but the actual nodes... Now I'm a little concerned. Oh, that's only 2.6 kilometers away. So I guess, okay. So that's normal. Oh, okay, we're already right there. Impure. This is normal. And that's normal. I wonder if that's the only spot to get it. I want to say this is in either in a cave or near a cave, and we might have already been through there. But we have this area right here where we're making all of our the boxing ring. I forgot you guys named it that. We can go check that out later, I suppose, and maybe set up another whole factory over there for dealing with that. But since I've never set up nuclear power, I'm not exactly sure what it's going to entail. And I don't know if it's going to be best for us to just send the raw uranium somewhere else to refine it, or refine it on site and then send the parts. We take a look at the codex here, because I know it's going to be radioactive no matter what, and that's not really something you want to mess too much with. But the encased uranium cell, you take the raw uranium, you take concrete, and you take sulfuric acid. And I know we have sulfur over there, so that's going to be something we can mess with. Then that has to go in here, and then that creates a waste sulfuric acid, which I don't remember. Oh, cool. The sulfuric acid goes into batteries. That's right. So we could probably work that in with that. But if we have a concrete factory over there, then we could probably just do everything. At least the encased uranium cells. Then these we already have the stuff to make these. It's just going to be annoying. Then uranium fuel rods, of course, are going to take quite some time to get done. Like, I don't know that we're going to need to have a huge thing set up. I just want to have something working from nuclear power so we can actually say, hey, we finished the game, quote unquote. Road trains used in mining goes high 6 trailers. Sheesh. Well, I mean, hey, it's super remote out there, so I absolutely understand why they would want to do that. It's just wild to me to think, because my whole experience with the big semi-trucks is just one trailer, one tractor on the highway, and they're going 75 miles an hour or whatever. But the Australian bush doesn't have that, and a lot of the time they don't even have highways anywhere. They just have this stretch of dirt people drive on. Well, not highways like the U.S. would have highways. But I know railroads aren't nearly as widespread in Australia as they are here. Whereas we ship most of our stuff, like, say, coal. Most of that, almost all of it goes by train. But there's a bunch of remote areas where they just don't have access to that. One's in a cavern. That might be the one that's in the cavern, then. Yeah, I imagine the factories that make this stuff for nuclear probably consume a lot of power. Maybe more than we currently have the headroom for. So we might end up manually making a little bit of the nuclear power stuff first and stockpiling it. I say manually, I mean like not at scale, just making small batches to try and figure different stuff out. Yes, we will need to pick up the radiation suit. I was hoping to finish this whole thing before we got too far and before we go off on an expedition, because once we leave it's going to be a while before we come back, assuming we have everything we need to make stuff. And if I'm wearing the radiation suit, I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, that's a separate slot now. It used to be you only had one slot for body, back, and legs. So you couldn't have the Blade Runners and the jetpack on at the same time, but I see now that they fixed that. I've got I got a gas mask, and then I also have these gas filters, and I have somewhere I've got the iodine filters for radiation. Yeah, the giant mining trucks are crazy. Really, really cool technology. Stream at this time. Yeah, I used to stream pretty much every Saturday at about this time. It just ended up getting shuffled around because I have all this other stuff I got to try to keep up with. Hey, Roy. No judgment, just asking a question. You can always ask questions. You're going to stumble around out there and get lost, and you could find something new. Hold on. Let me, couldn't find something new. You talking about, like, in the game? Let me pop chat out so it doesn't block stuff. Sometimes it's hard to read because it likes to dump the current message behind that heart thing. It's very difficult sometimes to see what people are actually saying. Alright, there we go. Now I can actually see chat. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we're waiting for the supercomputers. And I was going to look for my radiation suit. I do not remember where it is. Maybe here? Okay. That's a hazmat suit that does radiation. And then I'm pretty sure there's a different set of the filters for the gas mask. And this this does increase your weight, and it makes it so the jetpack doesn't work as well, so we probably won't have to wear this all the time, but we do need to make sure we have it with us. This, the iodine-infused filter, yep. That's the one that does radioactive particle stuff. And we didn't have these because I had only made so many of the gas filters, so we're going to make several of these. Game designers are always putting something new in. Well, they haven't updated the map for Satisfactory since, was it update 6, maybe? And this is 8. I know for full release there's going to be some stuff they've changed. That, moved things around. I know they've added lore to the, to some of the interactions with those items that used to say work in progress, or I guess currently say work in progress. Gonna be really interesting to see. I'll go ahead and make 50 of these, and we'll just leave that as it is. And then, hopefully, we'll be able to survive in the nuclear land. Oh, I'm out of... Okay. Well, I guess I have 57 of these. I need to get more quick wire. Have you considered selling beard mustache combs and the like as merch? I mean, not really. I haven't really been that worried about merchandise. One, because I don't really like the idea of just being a slave to consumerism. But, I mean, if people want to buy something as a way to support me, then I'm open to that. But then you get to the issue of, okay, well, if you're going to sell something, you need to make sure that it's actually good and actually worth buying, and you're not ripping people off. And it's just, you got fulfillment and everything. For where I am now, I don't really feel like merchandise is that much of a... Oh, there they are. That much of a priority for right now, because I still am a very, very small channel. So the economies of scale are not in my favor for producing anything, or especially shipping cost. Maybe at some point. Sell frog statues. I don't know, I had people asking for merchandise like years ago before I had 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. Like there's no way that's happening. that would be ludicrously expensive to produce. Yeah, stickers are easy because you can just you can get those printed a couple thousand at a time, not super expensive, and then you can just mail them out in an envelope for whatever the price of a stamp is, 68 cents now. A plush of the beaver fetus. I don't know what Mechanistry would have to say about that one, but you know, that may not be advisable just because of how disturbing looking it is. I don't know. I got stuff to think about. This puts us up to 95 supercomputers. And we will need to keep making them, but we're not going to have to manually babysit this anymore. So I need to get 4 more regular computers, and I think that's going to get us all the way to our goal here. And I have 6, so we'll just dump those in. Never said it was a good pitch. Fair enough. You believe a stamp used to cost 1 cent? Well, yes, because that's how inflation works. It's pretty remarkable what the USPS is able to do with how poorly it is supported by the government. Like, you can mail a piece of paper from anywhere in the US to anywhere else in the US with the cost of 1 stamp. And it gets there. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but it does get there. That's pretty cool. Whereas to ship anything in an envelope, FedEx or UPS or whatever, is going to cost you, well, I guess depending on where it is, could cost you anywhere from like $10 to $100, depending on what service you have to use. Alright, so now I have 1 more supercomputer to go until I'm going to be able to fix 100 of these in the leading edge production, and then we can finally go get our uranium stuff set up. I think the craziest thing about the mail that I can remember is for a brief period of time, it was actually possible to mail children by affixing postage to them and sticking them in a sack, and they put them on trains as cargo. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to be allowed. It just was, and they said after a month, all right, you can't do this anymore. That was never supposed to be possible. All right, here we go.
Milestone reached. Turbo motors can now be constructed in order to build the latest fix-it improved factory buildings, such as the Miner Mark III. A new project part enables progress to the next phase.
Cab driver is doing 150 miles a day to deliver and has 1 to 20 mile drive to from the office to the first last box. Yeah. It's wild. It's absolutely insane what's expected of a lot of these folks. And the fact that it gets done is just nothing short of miraculous. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. Other people are going to have different thoughts about certain things. But now we need to get a handle on what kind of excess production we've got, because we're going to have to make a bunch of stuff. I know this factory has never been hooked up to anything, and it is chock full of iron rods. I'm pretty sure we decided this was making... Let's see, what is this? A Mark 5? No, it's a Mark 4 belt. Okay, so it's making a maximum of 480 per minute. I think it's making... It could even be making 480 per minute. And I know for some of this stuff, we're going to need to have rods to go into other processes. Like right here, no. The control rods, I'm pretty sure the stators use... Oh, we have the alternate recipes. So maybe I was wrong. I always thought these used rods, or the iron rods. I guess that was the rotors that use those, not the stators. Okay, so maybe that's completely pointless then, and we don't need to worry about it. But I wanted to say there was something that we would have to use those for. Maybe not. Okay. Well, I guess we can just safely ignore the iron rod factory. But the other stuff... Oh god, I gotta make these adaptive control units again. That was always a huge pain in the butt to do that. Well, back to the drawing board, I guess. We'll go ahead and set our next milestone to complete. And there we go. The last milestone, particle enrichment, which will help us make all this garbage to make the phase 4 stuff. So the nuclear pasta, we're not going to make 1,000 of these things, but yeah, it's a whole thing. This will give us something to aim for at least. Will we ever do it? I don't know, but we're going to try. Yeah, my local post office has finally phased out most of the LLVs, and now they have sprinter vans. because they haven't gotten the new stuff yet. But I know in the city proper, I think they have these electric delivery vans now. But everything around here is just Sprinter vans. Which all the all the mail carriers I've talked to are very glad to have those instead of the LLVs. Well, see, here's the thing about the USPS is that it's not supposed to be a profit center. It's a service. I know we get too far into this, people are going to get mad about politics, but it was started as a government service to be something of value for the people of the United States and not a way for the government to make money. So, certain people don't agree with that, though, and they're going to try to say that, okay, well, it has to make money or it shouldn't exist. Well, no, it's a service. Does the military make money? No, absolutely not. It hemorrhages money, but it provides a valuable and necessary service. Oh my god, this doesn't match? Oh no, we got to fix that immediately. How did I get away with that? Did we do it on the other side too? Ah, see, those are shoved way up in there. So in reality, it's these guys on the side that are wrong. So we will we'll fix that immediately. See if I can get this to there we go, nice and easy. Yeah, oh, okay, the problem was I snapped it to the bottom of that thing instead of snapping it to here, like I did for the rest of them. So now that is, hopefully, there we go. Yes, look at this garbage. Like, what is this? Why are you like this? There we go, beautiful. And now it matches for us to never look at it again, but we'll know it's fixed. Why did I come over here? I don't remember. I think it had something to do with getting different resources. I know I needed to have quick wire so I could do... why is this not... There we go. I needed to do another couple iodine filters. Privatizing the post office would be an incalculable disaster for the United States economy. And that is like something I am definitely willing to like put money on. I don't know. The private sector is entirely profit motivated and can't be trusted to run crucial services. The game is trolling me? No, it always does that. Alright, so I just want 50 of these. There we go. So now I am prepared for nuclear stuff. I just have to have the materials to build the factories that are going to have to enhance the materials here. So if we take a look at making, blindly mashing the keyboard trying to find the O button, there it is. To make our encased uranium cells, we need a blender. We'll make 25 per minute using these materials per batch. So it's actually... so per minute is actually not going to be evenly multipliable by this because this produces... Wait, no, never mind. Never mind, this is the byproduct. So 50 per minute, 15 per minute, and 40 per minute sulfuric acid. Make my batteries right now, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm already using 50 sulfuric acid per minute to make the batteries. Assuming that the blender that's making the batteries is running at 100%. I'm not entirely sure that it's doing that. Hey Josh, good to see you. Survived your first week of teaching. Congratulations. I know that's never easy. Yeah, I've got family, a lot of family and friends who work in education, and the stories I have heard from the first couple of weeks of school, wild stuff, man. I hope the kids were nice. How often do you work with small children? I don't know. A lot of kids are nice, but some of them feel like it's their sworn duty in life to just be like absolute terrorists in the classroom. Okay, yeah, Chinese kids are going to be not the same as American kids. At least as far as I know. I've never been to China. But supercomputers, we're going to let these keep going because we need those to make the nuclear power. Yeah, I need 5 for each nuclear power plant. I don't think we're going to really be able to run more than one of these at a time. At least, I don't even know how fast it consumes the fuel rods. I probably should figure that out. Let's see. Yeah, so it has one input, one output. We have to have somewhere to put the waste. I just need to be able to make the stuff. So why don't we go ahead and plan on making... let's bring enough stuff to make 4 blenders. I don't think we're going to be able to use 4 of them, but I want to over-prepare. We're going to need those. I don't think we're going to need smelters because we're not going to be working with metal. We already have the aluminum stuff over there. But we will need a couple constructors. We might need a couple assemblers. I don't think we're going to need manufacturers, but let's check and see just in case. Because the main thing I'm worried about making currently is the encased uranium cell at the site. So this comes out of the ground. Concrete will need a constructor to make from the limestone. And then the sulfuric acid we're already making. Ooh, do I have the alternate recipe for this? No, I don't. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I do. That's just a different building. I'm sorry. I guess we could have also gone hard drive hunting, but we didn't do that. So we might actually be okay just having one blender for making the encased uranium cells, but I don't know if there is a limestone node near there or if we're going to have to figure something else out. I would imagine there probably is one reasonably close, but we won't know for sure. The electromagnetic control rods probably are going to have to be made over here. And then uranium fuel rods are easily combinable in this spot. So we basically just need to make the encased uranium cells. Do we have enough in the way of... I'll just make so I can build a couple of those in case we need to put something somewhere else. Power poles, only ever going to need so many of those, but we'll be prepared. We are going to be prepared. And then I'm going to say I need a 100 cable. All right, so that is our shopping list, as it were. Scroll this so we can find all of our garbage. Motors, I know we have a full stack of 50 waiting for us right here, so that's taken care of. Radio control units, we're going to have to make aluminum casings. We're making over there, so I'm not worried about that. Heavy modular frames, we have a factory back here making those. Or a manufacturer, not a factory, but... Oh! We've been sending those all over here. And now it needs modular frames. Okay, so why are the modular frames not going? Set this. It needs iron rods. Why are the iron rods not going? I thought we had that problem solved. Those are... Aha! Okay, because this is coming from here. And we've got the spaghetti in the way so that we didn't finish bringing this over. Because we're making a bunch of these things we're not even using. So let's see, what do we need to okay, we'll do Mark III. It's going to be ugly, but hey. It's the way it goes. I guess we'll just probably start with the lift. Actually, that would be a smarter thing to do. Or maybe I should... No, you know what? I'm going to be smart. I'm going to build it the correct way. We'll build this out. Say right here. And then we can line up. There we go. Line up going down to the ground. Figure out exactly how this is going to make its way over there. But I guess that's going to be fine like so. Oh, that clipping, but I don't care. We're going to leave it alone. If that's actually connected, which it is, yep, we're good. Mark 3. And then we just shove belts wherever they go. That's the way it goes. This just has to make it over to the general area we were in before. Then we can figure that out from there. You said you were going to fix the spaghetti, not continue it. Well, did I? Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure you heard me say that? Oh, seriously? It doesn't reach. Boo. Well, all I've got to do now is just dismantle this and that. And now this is an output that this can't actually get into. Yeah, okay, so this has to come in the back side here. I actually didn't need to take that other stuff out. I could have just left it where it was. Alright, so is this going to look stupid? Yes, but it's fine. So that'll go in there, and then now this can feed that and whatever was going on over here, I think to make screws. So maybe I didn't need to mess with this after all. Okay, well, we will, wait a second. What? No, this was feeding back into this? Why did... Oh, God, what did I do here? I don't know why I would have done it like this, but whatever. That's fine. We'll just hook this back up. I just... Why did I do this? Why did I do this way? This is so stupid. Really slow per fuel rod. So, like, it lasts a long time? Is that what you're saying? If you need an extra storage slot, would wearing the radiation suit create one? Yes, it would, but currently we don't. What do aids do? It depends on how each school or school system is set up, but some systems will have what they call parapros, paraprofessionals who are not certified teachers, but they still go through the system of being like allowed to work in the schools, and they assist with general tasks. Sometimes they can do some teaching assisting stuff, but they're not making lesson plans and they're not actually teaching a class, but they'll be specialized in dealing with other stuff. Not every school is going to have access to those, and it's mostly a thing that's only common in primary education or special education. Yeah, what Marina said. Okay, so you know exactly what that is. Now, I've got a number of friends who work in education as parapros. Most of them specialized. I know I've got one friend who is working in special education as a parapro, and it's different in that system because there's so many more different needs you have to consider for those students. But they've got a pretty robust support system in a lot of schools down here, which is nice. But we need to get these heavy modular frames going again. So I might actually... okay, yeah, these are not quick at all. I'm going to have to stop sending these out for a little bit so we can build those back up. And we have to go make radio control units, which I do not remember how those are made. I guess they're not made in the equipment workshop. That's right, because they're just a regular thing. Okay, so of course, computers. We're going to need a lot of computers. So this is one computer makes 2 radio control units. We need to have 10 computers. And then I have to... Oh, I have enough crystal oscillators. That's good. Aluminum casings we're going to need more of, so we need to make more of those, which means I need to go get more aluminum ingots. Fortunately, we know where those are. Yeah, the paraprofessionals are also usually some of the first positions to be cut whenever somebody complains schools are spending too much money, which is very unfortunate. Where's all my aluminum? This is supposed to be full. This is making aluminum casings. Should be making... Where are all my aluminum casings going? Oh, they're going all the way down there. So now I gotta wonder why I'm out, because I didn't think I was making them faster than I could bring the raw materials in. The drones. No drone. So it hasn't arrived yet. Okay, so it's at the second drone port. It's over... Never mind. It's right here. So what we're going to need to do is intercept our aluminum our aluminum casings here as they're being made, because I forgot we were using everything now. That's a whole thing. Oh, you know what's funny is we have sulfur over here, so we can just make sulfuric acid here. We just haven't been doing it. Alright, so I guess what I will do is I will just have to manually snag these things until I have enough. Because I also need to have 200, that one got by, but I need to have 200 of these just for the stuff we're trying to build. But we also need to make stuff with some of these. Can you rename the drone to Droney McDrone Drone? I mean... I don't know if I can name individual vehicles. But if it lets me do that, we can do that. Homeschooling is a very complicated topic. It doesn't need to be, but it ends up being that way. There are many different reasons why a parent may choose to homeschool a child, and there are many different methods to go about it. And no one situation is going to be like any other situation. But there are different motivations for doing so, and sometimes they are more or less of a good idea than others. But I am not here to tell people how to raise their kids. Watch the RCT video, is quite interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was worried the first one wasn't going to be that good because the scenario is pretty basic and doesn't have a lot of time to mess with stuff. But I'm pretty sure the ones we're going to get into, hopefully within the next couple videos, should start to get a lot more interesting just because you have more time to mess with stuff and create more complex theme parks with all the different rides and stuff that get unlocked. So I'm looking forward to continuing that one. I'm thinking, because the game is, what, 25 years old, like, it's not one of those things where you have to really rush around making a whole bunch of content because, oh, everyone's making it and you want to have people watch your videos. Like, no, people who want to watch Roller Coaster Tycoon have probably already seen most of the content they're going to care to watch. But if we can have a nice time playing with the game and just, you know, enjoying ourselves, making something that looks neat, then that has its own different appeal. Yeah, that is one of the downsides of homeschooling, is that you are socially isolating the child. But a lot of, especially around here, like people I've known who have been homeschooled have also had different social networks through things like church, or they have clubs that you can have different homeschooled children like join as like a co-op kind of thing, where it's kind of like how it would work in public school, but you'd have a bunch of homeschool parents get together and say, okay, we're going to form say, sports clubs with all the homeschool people in this region, or we're going to go and do different like art or music classes together, or some places will allow homeschool parents to enroll their kids in activities if they pay the fees for the activities and their kids are not enrolled in the school. I know some areas of Florida do allow that. But it's a very, very complex issue that is not universal across the country. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, like there are people that say, okay, well the quality of the school is not very good here, and I'm concerned my child's not going to learn, so we're going to adopt a curriculum that meets our needs, and they're allowed to do that. And there's also parents who say, oh, the school is not radicalizing my child with my specific political views, so I'm going to make sure that they get that instead. Which we are not going to get into any of that, but there are a lot of people that will do that. And then, of course, the kids with the special needs, that is a very difficult topic to have any sort of definitive one-size-fits-all solution for. And a lot of the time, those students will slip through the cracks in the system, so to speak, because it's very hard for a big, non-agile system to adapt to a student that has specific needs that aren't compatible with a large group instruction setting. When 1.0 comes out, will you make a warehouse of industrial storages so you have plenty of input for each new group of milestone products? That's the idea. With like the people who actually play this game a lot, like say Kibitz, for example, will always make some sort of a big storage facility in most of his builds, and he'll have the smart sorters and everything. And some of will do like a, I don't know what the term is for it, but they have like a ring railroad around the map that will just pick up all sorts of different products, and it'll deposit them in different storage facilities, so that at any point in time you're going to have some combination of some stuff everywhere, and it'll just draw what it needs. Does anyone know if they did something with those whispering glowing things in the final release? I know they've updated a lot of those things to have story elements added to them, but I don't know exactly what that would be yet. All right, so let's check and see. Yeah, this is going to take a really long time. I need 40 of these. So we're going to have to let this go for a little bit. I've got to go grab my aluminum casings again, so we can make the rest of our radio control units. That shouldn't be a big problem. For a parent to attempt to competently teach every subject a school is supposed to handle makes me question if they actually follow through. So a lot of parents don't actually directly teach the kids in homeschooling. Some do. And there are still, like, I know people who were previously public school teachers who chose to homeschool their kids, and their kids got a very good education at home, because the parent knew how teaching worked, and they had access to good curriculum materials, and they made sure that their kids socialized and they learned stuff, and they turned out very, very well. But there's also parents who have no idea how to do stuff, and sometimes it just, it just doesn't end up working out very well. Oh, I need to get the computers. But a lot of homeschoolers in the U.S. will have some sort of curriculum that they adopt, or some sort of like group teaching thing that they will subscribe to. Like either if it's like an online thing, or like I was talking about earlier, a co-op kind of situation, where they will have access to curriculums that are developed by people who are knowledgeable in subjects or who work in education or something to that effect, where the kids are actually still learning what they're supposed to be learning, and they're in some sort of a moderately supervised environment. It's just not in a public school setting in a classroom. More of like a learn at your own pace kind of thing, which there's any number of reasons why that would be something that would be beneficial for a child or for a specific family situation. I don't know. The thing that matters most to me is the child learning what they're supposed to be learning, and are they being socialized in a manner that is going to enable them to be a productive and happy member of society? However they get to that, not really my business. I don't really care. Wouldn't call it homeschooling so much as being tutored. Yeah, I guess. But the colloquial term for it is homeschooling. at least in the US. When 1.0 comes out, is there anyone you trust enough to do multiplayer building with? I don't know if I would word it that way, because to say no would imply that I don't trust people, which is not necessarily true. But there's a lot of stuff that has to go into a multiplayer building environment. And a lot of it is just, is someone available, and is someone going to have the energy to continuously be a part of this? And that's often much more difficult than finding somebody you trust, is finding someone who's available. It's like trying to do a tabletop gaming group, right? The hardest part is not actually playing the game. The hardest part is figuring out whose schedule lines up with whose schedule, which is almost always impossible if you're adults. When someone says homeschooling, my mind goes more toward people that live on compounds. No, those definitely exist. They definitely exist. But a lot of people that I have known who've done homeschooling have done it for religious reasons, or they've done it because the school system where they live, they feel is either unsafe or inadequate for their kids. Which, that's not a decision for me to make on their behalf. But that's just how it is. It varies so much in the United States because of the way the education system is segmented and funded by local property tax. So if you're in an area that is a lower income per capita, then the schools are almost always going to not be as good, quote unquote. They're not going to be as equipped to handle students. They're not going to have as good of access to programs or higher quality learning materials or whatever, just because they don't have as much money, because it's only funded by local property taxes. Whereas wealthy areas are going to have extremely good schools, for the most part. And in those areas, the only people who are going to homeschool their kids are probably going to be like extremely religious people who want that to be a very significant portion of their child's education. Alright, I still need 16 of these. Now I need to get the rest of the aluminum casings, but I think we have everything else. Yeah, we're going to be good to go. And we probably don't need all the rest of this stuff anyway. I just want to make sure we are over-prepared. So now this is... Okay, now it's waiting on casings. So we can just sit here and grab a bunch of these. Because we're not worried about the fused modular frames being produced in massive amounts of speed, because we're not using them. I just had this going because it was something for that to do. So once we have our 200, I think we can leave this alone. No, those kind of compounds definitely do exist here, but it's not as common as you'd think, from how prevalent a lot of the stuff online can be. Seriously, I need one more of these things. So I guess we have to wait for the next drone delivery to grab that. How far away is the drone? I guess we could look at the map, if I can remember which button is M. There we go. It is... Where's my drone? Oh, I was looking at the wrong spot. It's still at the other drone port. Grab aluminum casing from the bauxite area. Well, that's... Oh, well, yeah, we could when we eventually go there. I was just worried about what we would find when we do go over there. But I am pretty sure at this point we're going to have everything we could possibly need. But I will need to grab probably more iron plates. Well, and of course the other 16 modular frames. We'll need to get more iron plates. I need to get rid of this rubber. I definitely don't need all this rubber. So we can dump this. So once we go over there, I don't think we're going to come back for a long time. So I'm going to keep 2 stacks of rubber. Got a stack of those. That's fine. That's fine. That's more than fine. concrete, I think I can grab a whole stack of that. Plus, we want to make sure we can... Sheesh, we can make some of those. Oh, which reminds me, I need to have a... I need to have a miner. Probably, I know Mark III I can't do because I don't have turbo motors. But probably going to need at least one Mark II for concrete. So we'll get that going as well. Yeah, now it's added some stuff we've got to take with us. So in case industrial beams, we know we have to have 10 of those. I will probably just go ahead and get a full stack. Yeah, I'll get a full stack because we might want to have some Mark IV belts. Let's check our... God, seriously, this is so slow. It's waiting on the modular frames. Alright, we're just going to have to make some of those ourselves. Because it's too slow. It's way too slow. Reinforced iron plates, and I've got the rods. Yeah, we'll just make those. Keychain thing on the sword is tripping me. Yeah, it used to wobble. It doesn't. I don't know why. Like when you draw the sword, it swings around a little bit, but you used to be able to swing it when you moved your cursor around. I don't think it does that anymore. Alright, I need modular frames. Let's make a decent number of those. In fact, I might even be able to make some heavy modular frames. Yeah, if I have enough of the regular ones, we can just do that. We need to get some portable miners. I actually don't remember how to make those. Oh, I can make 41. Okay. We just need 2. So that works. There we go. And I think I only needed to have 10 of these modular frames, but I'm going to have some extras just in case. Yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to just deal with the crazy conspiracy theory stuff you hear a lot of the time is just, why would I be motivated to care about this? Like, it's like the stuff like, oh, Elvis is alive and he works at a Burger King in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's like, okay, well, if that's true, why would I care? Well, okay, in the year 2024, that would be almost impossible because the dude would have been like 90 by now. But, actually, he might only be in like his 80s. But I know that was like a really big one like 30 years ago. Relatively speaking. Can I make these? Where are they? Oh, here we are. I can make one. Because, oh, it needs all the screws. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just have to wait. I'll just make more modular frames and we'll just feed the machine that's making the heavy modular frames with the modular frames that we're making ourselves. Elvis Presley would be 89 years old. Okay. I guessed correctly then. Alright, let's try this. No, I just used that as an example of something that's just like completely absurd that like nobody should care about. I know there's other stuff to do with conspiracy theories that people are going to have like legitimately well-rooted ideas behind why that might be happening. And we don't need to go there because that gets people mad when you call out stuff that they think is a really big deal. But it's just really interesting to think about like the mindset that goes into steadfastly held countercultural beliefs. It's turtles all the way down. Take a few spare portable miners in case you need extra resource. That's a smart idea. We'll make a couple more. I think a lot of it also goes back to, like, some people just did not get loved as much as they needed to as a child. So they're going to seek attention in different ways. Oh, I can only make 26 of these? Oh, I ran out of rods. Good thing we know where to go to get more rods. I mean, everybody's got some sort of, like, weird thing that they're going to think is, like, super important that nobody else cares about. And I'm like, hey, you know what? As long as you're not hurting anybody, I really don't care. You can do whatever you want. Life's too short to get worried about what other people are thinking about you. You know, I could have just gone all the way to the building and gotten a whole stack of these things instead of just, you know, manually picking these up off the belt. But sometimes it's just fun to do this. Okay, the dress thing is more of an issue of, like, how people's eyes work than anything else. Because it's very deceptive how that picture was set up with the way the light worked. It is just... Man, that thing had the internet in a vice grip for weeks. Alright, I can't sit here and do this all day. I just got to make sure I have 200 of these. At least 200 of them. 200 is a full stack, so we'll just go with that. Yeah, the biological differences that a lot of men versus women have in terms of seeing different shades of colors is wild to me. I did not learn about that until I was in, like, high school. It's like, wait a minute. Like, well, that's just red. It's like, no, it's like light salmon. It's like, what are you talking about? It's red. But you can actually train yourself to see those different shades if you work at it. But I'm not going to look at something and be able to identify what, like, the Pantone color code of it is. I just say, oh, that's red. Neat. All right, do I have... I have 8 heavy modular frames. Oh, this is actually fully supplied. Mostly. We just have to wait for it to get done. Okay, the L in salmon, that's like a regional dialect thing. It's still wrong, but it's a very common thing among certain cultures in the South. From a technical perspective, it is incorrect English, but the way that language evolves is not really something people can predict or necessarily enforce, nor should they. It's just interesting to see when people pronounce things differently or use words for different meanings or create different associations with different ideas, and it baffles people's minds. Makes you think a little bit. Because if you spend enough time researching how people develop language and slang and everything, it creates interesting insights into how society works. I think a lot of people would appreciate it if they took the time to just sit down and read some stuff. It also helps change your perspective on, like, prejudices, too. Dirty pink versus dusty rose. Yeah. I would believe that was probably a similar color. Yep, language evolves over time. It is constantly in flux. So while something may technically, by the book, be completely incorrect, if people are using it in modern language and it's understood within a group of people to have a meaning, then guess what? That's what it means. Even if it's wrong, even if you don't like it. People can decide what words mean in their individual circles, and that's just the way it goes. All right, I need to get this last couple modular frames. And now I'm going to have 41 of these. That's going to be annoying to just have one left. But I guess we're fine. I guess we're okay. Aluminum casings. There. What did I... No, I'm trying to read the rest of these things that I've... Oh, okay, there we go. So I have enough materials for 4 blenders. Probably won't need more than one, but I wanted to be prepared. 4 constructors, 2 assemblers, 2 power tower platforms, 10 power poles, and 100 power lines, and 1 Mark II miner. I have enough cable to run, hopefully, anything I'd need. I just need to get the rest of these plates so I could build conveyors. And I think we'll be in decent shape. Where's my plates going? So they are... Okay, I just missed it. That was over here. It's 4:30 a.m. in Tasmania, Australia. Well, I hope you have a good reason for being up at 4:30 in the morning, but glad you're here anyway. So I got a full stack of plates. You know what? We'll take 2. We'll take 2 stacks of plates. I'm going to grab a couple more stacks of rods, because those are very annoying not to have. And steel beams, we've got 223. That should be enough, I think. If not, then we'll just have to deal with it. But I will go grab another stack of those, and then we'll make our way over and see what we can see. Yeah, language is very interesting, especially when you get into stuff like translation and cultural contexts that differ in different areas of the world that will use the same language. Like, I know, like, people learning English for the first time. I know there's at least a couple of you in here who at some point had to learn English for the first time as not your native language. There's so many different cultural contexts for simple words in English that it can be very, very hard to figure out which one is the right one to use. Like, I do not envy at all anyone having to learn English for the first time. It is incredibly difficult. Oh, do I have my... I don't. We need to get this in the hand so we can zip line. And I don't remember which one of these is the correct one to go on because it goes into a tree or whatever. But I think for right now, we're fine just doing this. Let's see if I go faster doing this or not. I think once you get up to a certain speed, it won't go any quicker. But we are going uphill. English is easier than a whole lot of other languages. I guess it depends on what language you're coming from. Aluminum casings, no, we're making those over at this other area, so we're fine. We don't need to worry about it. The longest sentence in English you can create with one word, I believe, is buffalo, 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 buffalo. Or 7 times or whatever. And that would be because the older English, I say older English, I mean like from 100 or 200 years ago, not old English. But Buffalo would have had a lot more cultural context than just, hey, it's a cow-like animal that you can eat for food, which is how most of us think of buffalo today. But I think like buffalo as a verb has something to do with like boasting or something like that. Not entirely sure. Right cable. Okay, good. That's the one I randomly picked. I guess it used one of those iodine filters. Or it just used a regular filter. I don't know, because that little icon popped up. Smokers? What do you, when you say smokers, what are you referring to? You talking about like those pillars that emit the gas? I think you can just blow those up with oh, I should have brought nobelisks. I think you can blow those up and they don't come back, but I'm not sure. Yeah, see, there's stuff right there we could have blown up if I had obelisks, but I forgot. There's a purple power slug there we didn't get. But here we are at our bauxite refinement area. This, I believe, is coal. Should be. Yes. An impure node. And then, nope. It wasn't doing the jetpack sound, which was very strange. But this over here should be drone port, and then we have my spacebar is sticking. But over here we have water we're pumping, and then the bauxite itself is being mined here. We have that built into the whole thing. And we have our refineries doing refinery things. So then, stay up here, please, and thank you. Or maybe I'll just have to stand on top of this. We have a place to build some other stuff. There's our refinery blender, making the sulfuric acid for the batteries. I think the uranium was right about here, and I think this one is in a cave. So we'll have to go check that out. We actually probably... Yeah, we would have come pretty close to that on the zipline thing. We'll have to go back out that way. But the thing I need to find out now is... Nope. I don't want iron. I wanted to see if there's limestone anywhere, so we'll have to let the iron one go away. What hostility is authorized? See, that's what I want to know. Talking about when the mobs in the game come try to attack you. I think part of that has to do with like the lore of the game. I think they've got rid of most of it for 1.0, which is, I don't know. I always kind of liked the evil corporation minion angle that they've been going for, but I guess they've changed it. If you watch the 1.0 lore video they put out, we've got to find limestone though, and then I'll continue with this. I'm hoping that we have, okay, 600 meters. If we take a look at the map, yeah, we don't have concrete really that close to here. Oh, and this one's annoying because this is at the bottom of a cliff. We're actually up pretty high right now. This is that bottomless pit. So for us to get... that's going to be really, really irritating. We're going to have to send concrete probably from the other drone port to get it over here. Unless we want to have like a really hard time. Oh, we're talking about the authorized hostility. Because like whenever you like take fall damage, which it didn't give me then, which was annoying, but do I have fuel for my jetpack? Oh, I don't. I have 13 fuel for my jetpack. That's a problem. We're going to need to be careful with that. I think the uranium was at the water's edge. Man, I don't want to go all the way back to get fuel for this. That's... ugh. What a colossal failure. And I can't ride these either, because they dump you off after a certain point. Man, I did not come prepared. Do you think the uranium's at the water's edge? Huh. Well, that would be very annoying to get to from where we are currently. I don't have enough... Man, I don't have enough jetpack fuel to really safely do this. So I am gonna have to go back. Yeah, so like even just getting around normally, I'm so used to using the jetpack that it just uses a lot of it. Yep, we'll have to go back. Man, that is super annoying. There we go. Come on. But I believe the uranium is right around here. So we're going to see when we come back exactly what that entails. I also need to fix the thing that's going, when these cables go down into the oil area, it goes through the monorail track and then you can't continuously follow it. I think we've already been to all these crash sites. We should. I checked the map, but then it would kick me out of the zipline, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool looking trees. I know they modified it more for 1.0. So we'll have plenty of fun stuff to look at. And that looks like limestone over there. Obviously, we can't use that over here because we're nowhere close to where the uranium would be. Now I got to think about, can I put the concrete on the drone, or is that going to cause throughput issues? Like, see, like right here, if I didn't have the rest of my jetpack stuff figured out, then we would be in a very, very bad spot. But, fortunately, we've got big stacks of fuel over here. And that should have us in a pretty good spot. I have 500 concrete. I've got enough iron plate. I can make foundations if I need to. So now we just have to make our way back over by going up. Should I have a box of fuel at each area? I should. At some point. Alright, let's get up to the top of this guy. Shulker boxes would be super convenient. I don't know what the in-universe explanation for those would be, but I would be very interested in seeing something like that. I haven't made obelisks. I would have to go back to the main base and construct some. Train doesn't go where we want to go. I just needed fuel for the jetpack. I didn't need anything else. And that was where we made the fuel, so I didn't have to go all the way back to the main base. The Nobelisks do explosive damage. They're like basically just remote-controlled bombs. Made an American train system. Buddy, I wish our train system was this good. Well, I guess if you're freight, it is. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. Fall damage. Oh no. Okay. Somehow we managed to avoid death. But that's oh boy. All right, let's heal ourselves here. Conveniently placed a bacon. Oh my god, that would have been so frustrating to die here. Is there any more of this I can... Okay. Let's check our map since we're here. Okay, we did actually collect that one. That's good. Can the drone carry fuel? Yes, but the problem with that is there's only so much capacity per drone, and you'd have to make sure... Like, you can't tell the drone, take 1 stack of this and 8 stacks of this. It's going to take whatever is loaded. So you would have to do some sort of really complicated input-output balancing thing at the drone port to have the right amount of stuff on hand. And there's also no guarantee that you would get it correctly. So I'm just incentivized not to worry about it. So, since we fell off and I can't get back up for a while, we're just going to have to... kind of have to fend for ourselves running here. Hopefully not get bodied by any of these bad dudes. Yeah, see, this is so far high up there, I can't really get up there without climbing this thing. Why can't I get up? Because the what do you call it, isn't strong enough. The jetpack does not have enough oomph to get me up there. Like, I'm just going to have to walk up this and then hope that it lets me get up. There we go. So now I can actually climb up this and just get back on where I was. If I had turbo fuel, I think in the jetpack it would let me do it. But here we are, about halfway between where we're trying to go, where we came from. The uranium was here, and then we had the concrete. Well, it's not concrete, it's limestone. There was one here and there was one here. I think over here is going to be the easiest one to get to because of how hard it will be to get down here and then back up. So we're going to investigate. But for right now, I think we want to leave that stuff alone and focus on the uranium. No, it's not the San Andreas jetpack. Which way to where I'm supposed to... There we go. Alright, so let's be careful here. I was trying, I think, to speed it up by doing the jumping thing, and then I missed. Either that or I let go of the right mouse, or left mouse button. A little too early. And I'm going to stop at this tower. Because, oh no, get back on here. I think this is the closest we're going to be to the uranium on a tower, unless there's one right here. Let's run another scan real quick. Pretty sure it's going to be right about here. Oh, okay. 500 meters that way. So that one actually is closer. All I had to do was follow the train. Yep. It's my fault. Okay, so it turns out that this actually... Oh, it already went away. This is the closest one. So let's get our sword out. We got these guys. Oh, that's the bad news dudes. Okay, we're not going to fight those until I have more protection with me. I believe... Okay. These guys are guarding something. Okay, this guy... If I don't get hit more than twice from this guy, I think I'm going to survive. But he's also got some friends here. Okay, so he's gone. Alright, anybody else? Just those two? I believe the uranium is right around here. Whether it's at the bottom of this or not, I could not tell you. No, I don't want the stupid thing. Alright, 314 meters, so it must be... Yeah, okay, it's right there. I thought it might be over here. I hope it's not at the top of this thing with all the poison gas. I really hope it's not up there. $313 meters. Yeah, so it's way down there. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, because now I'm moving and the 290 isn't changing, so it's gotta be all the way down there. Okay. How am I going to get the hole I fell in? Well, this isn't really a hole so much as it is just a lake. This is a hole. I'm pretty sure I fell in that. But what we will need to do now is we'll need to have foundation here. I love it when I have to mute to sneeze. I'm just going to put that there and see if this will allow me to... Yeah. We'll come off of this side with a ladder. That's not where that goes. It's architecture. The hard part about messing with ladders is you have to be on the correct side of this to actually attach one. And it's very easy to do it wrong and end up killing yourself. But since this is water down there and we have the bouncy dude to land on, I think that's water. We should be okay. Yeah. So we're going to very slowly descend and then just attach our ladders. If I can even reach up to hit that. There we go. Yes, this is going to keep going as far down as I can get it to go before we go another level down. Use the jetpack to avoid death. A very, very, very tall ladder. I think this should be okay. There we go. Oh, so we're underwater and it's not treating us like there's any water at all. Ah, now we swim. Okay. That was very strange. But now that's... Wow, look how ridiculous that is. I believe the uranium is going to be in a cave over here. But we will go ahead and have this ladder go all the way down so we can actually climb it. And then I guess it is uranium exploration time. Oh, hey, look at these dudes. Get over here. Alright. It was only those two, right? Yeah. Oh, I heard somebody else. Oh, there you are. Alright, so this is going to take us somewhere. Oh, there's more of you in here. Okay, there's got to be uranium in this thing. If I die in this cave, I'm going to be mad. Alright. Do I even have any more food? I got that one thing of... Oh. I have these. Medicinal inhalers, but I do not currently need one. I just need to remember that I've got those. Yeah, there's limestone. Hey, purple power slug. Nice. Then I believe eventually we're going to get in there to where there is a... oh, that guy has like a big scary aura about him. Please do not kill me in this cave. That'd be very inconvenient. You dead? No, you're not dead. Oh, crap. Alright, I think he's dead. Well, at the very least, even if the uranium's not in here... What do you mean not enough space for a stupid thing? Alright, we'll eat the bacon. Okay. Where, if not here? Okay, so that is 284 meters. So it definitely is not in here. That's 200 meters. 180 something. So maybe it's over here. But I didn't think it would be. We'll be able to feel the radiation before we can see the uranium. Pretty sure. Oh, I should have got rid of some of this stuff before we got too into it here. What is this? I guess it's just a weird looking tree. Okay. It's got to be right here. 242. Is it? Seriously? Like, where else could it possibly be? Like, there's no hidden underwater entrances. This isn't, like, Zelda. Just as 150 some meters. It's gotta be over here somewhere. So if we go up the ladder, we just stop. What did that scan for? Okay, that was actually the uranium. Okay, so that's actually getting further away. 174 meters. 182. So it is down here. It's got to be down here. Yeah, it's only getting further away, so it has to be. Oh, get out of here. It has to. I really can't pull up the... Oh, that's in, not M. It's got to be in a cave somewhere. But we already went in the cave, and it wasn't in there. No, we went in the cave. We were like, you remember over here we went in this cave, and it wasn't... Unless I didn't go far enough and I missed some sort of a branch tunnel. Because we explored this whole thing, I thought. Entrance could be on the other side. That would be rather irritating. But I'm pretty sure this is going the wrong way for this to be viable. Yeah, because it would have to be... Unless I have to blow this up, but this doesn't look like rocks I can blow up. Or I could just cheat by looking through the collision mesh of the terrain here. There is no other part of this cave. This is just underground. But it's not going to show me... Aha! Is there going to be a way for me to... Aha! Yeah, there's nothing past here. So there's got to be... There's got to be on the other side here, there's got to be like a cave. Let's just make absolutely sure there's nothing over here. Pretty sure there isn't, but... Okay, it's not even going to let me. This is all completely surrounded. There's no explodable rocks or anything. Man, that is annoying. That is unfortunate. Because it's going to take us a long time to find this. I thought this was going to be a simple excursion, too. We'd be able to do just about anything. No other entrances over here? Oh, it's so annoying to get on the other side of this, too. Because now I'm basically going the complete wrong direction from where I want to be going. This big open area here feels like it should be useful for something, but it's not. Alright, so now we're kind of on the back side. We got all these big bad dudes. It could actually be under here. This big overhang. No, I know it's over here somewhere. We just have to figure out exactly where. I don't have enough space for a power slug. Nope, I don't. Okay. But this, like, the entire map is manually designed, so you know there has to be a reason for this to be like this. Yeah, this is absolutely intentional. Like, look at the lighting on the ceiling here. Hey, spiders! Alright, we're just gonna, ignore them and move on. Hopefully they don't continue tracking me for the duration of our trip into the mine. I can hear them. More spiders. And we're out of juice. I hope nobody's deathly afraid of spiders because I got bad news for you. This is so far in here. Like, at this point, we're probably not even in the same biome anymore. This reminds me kind of Blackreach in Skyrim. Look how huge this cavern is. Hey, you know what that is? That's uranium. And now we have spiders all over the place chasing us. And we have half health. So this would be a great time to use our medicinal inhaler. And then engage in mortal combat with the arachnids. Hello. So these guys are going to absolutely wreck us if we don't get rid of them. Okay, I think the big one's dead. I believe we're good. Except for these guys. This is where it would be really nice to have the different rifle ammos, but we didn't do anything with those. Alright, I think that's everybody. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, there's somebody back there. But there's our uranium node. So that is going to be quite a task to get it out of here. We're going to have to probably just conveyor belt the whole thing. But since we're already in here, this goes... Does this go out anywhere? Or is this just a continuously spiraling downward thing? I don't know. We are... Yeah, we're way down here. I don't know if there's anything further in here except all these spiders. But I am just very, very curious. And the video glitches. Oh, so this goes outside. This goes into a... Oh, I know where this is. This is like halfway between the starting area and where we came from. Yeah, this is the main starting area is kind of up here. So we just went... okay, that's spiders. Now we gotta watch out because we're in the dark and I'm not going to see them. Yeah, come out here into the light a little bit. I don't think we have anybody else. Yeah, but if we go to the west, pretty much directly west, we'll get to the starting area-ish over here. But yeah, we need to go back in here. I don't think we want to transport the raw uranium, but we are not going to build a factory in the middle of this inside here. We will have to transport the uranium up out of the cavern and then do something with it near our bauxite refinement, I believe. Okay, I hear a spider. Where is it? There it is. But he's trapped behind terrain, so we're just going to leave him alone. Be elegant. Reminds me of, what, the teacher in Spy Family. So before we go and mess with the uranium, we are going to have to put our radiation suit on. So let's go ahead and do that. And that should automatically use the filters so we don't get the radiation poisoning. Trains are absolutely not going to be the fastest way, because they take so many resources to build. In terms of like mass transit, then yeah. That was kind of funny. Yeah, normal uranium. Let's go ahead and just build our foundations around this. Then we'll build the rest of what we're supposed to be building here. And then get this stuff out. Alright. Miner Mark II. You're going to be facing this way. Wow, that's actually almost, no, it is perfectly centered. Okay, that, too bad we're never going to see this again. That's a shame. But all we have to do now is power this and then just kind of haphazardly get a conveyor out. So, let's see, Mark II is going to produce 120 per minute, so that's a Mark II belt, but I only have 71 reinforced iron plate. I don't have enough conveyor to get stuff out of here. I don't know if I'm going to need to get more than 120 per minute, but I probably want to plan for that, so I'll use the Mark IIIs. Also because that's the easiest thing to build anyway, because it's just one steel beam. We'll do that. We'll have... power poles are going to have to go, and that's going to be fine. Assuming the way out is this way. I think it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what we decided. How far is this going to let me go? Not like it really matters. So we'll just, we'll just kind of generally send that up that way. We are going to have to come back and get the rest of the... Why can't I remember what it's called? Conveyors in. But if we do it this way, just kind of haphazardly coming out here, then all we have to do is hook up the last of the power, and then everything will be fine. Probably would be a little bit better looking, at least, for us to have like a truck or something come in here, but honestly, it's going to be such a pain in the butt just to get stuff out of here that I don't think we need to worry about it. Just do what we can do, I guess. So how far is that? Yeah, okay, it's only going to let me go a little bit further. There we go. Think Meatball would like it? Well, he can have the spiders. That's definitely something we can negotiate here. It's going to be a lot. Okay, who's in here? Okay, it's another spider. At least those guys are one-hit kills. Like, when we come out of this, I don't even know where we're going to be able to have go up to the top after we get up there. Enough height for power towers? I don't think so. Well, also we can ride these. But we'll fall off every time we get to a pylon. Pretty sure. Yeah. There's not really going to be that much of a reason for us to come back down here ever, assuming we hook everything up, unless we need to overclock the miner, which might be required at some point, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. And once that miner is running, if we get it running fast enough, the spiders are not going to ever spawn again. But if we reach the run out of the spawn timer before we get this thing going, then yeah, it's going to be a problem for a long time. We've got to worry about getting this stuff out of here first before we can focus on anything else. So I don't know how much further. Too long. Somewhere right around here. There we go. Also doesn't help that these conveyor belts cannot even remotely go as long as I want them to go. Oh, and I'm out of steel. Okay. So, wow, really? That's as far as we got with this? Yikes. Well, I guess what we're going to have to do is just bring this wire out so we can start running, and then we'll have to come back with more steel. That's a huge pain. I did not think this was going to be super far away. But I guess it's supposed to be hard to get to, because it's like the end game energy resource. It is a neat cave, though. Now, assuming the terrain outside would be viable for us to put something like a truck terminal in, this would be a great use case for a truck, but you have to fuel the truck, which means you have to get the fuel over here. They will not run. You know what? Actually, they might run on the raw unrefined uranium. They run on a lot of stuff. But the conveyor just makes more sense. Craft a slug into an overclocker and install it while you're here. That is a good idea. I was not even thinking about that. We might as well go ahead, since we're already here. I have no idea what that means. Oh, okay. Oh, did you just, like, default to not putting English in? Yeah, the conveyor is basic, but it works. Like, why make something more complicated than it needs to be? Right? Especially when it's a huge pain in the butt. But this will be fine. And we can always come back and change it if we want to. I just kind of don't want to. Crafting bench. At least I can make one of those. Okay. No, you're good. So now I got 7 of these things. I'm just going to, because this will take, the Mark IIIs will take 270 per minute. I don't think, yes, I don't think we're going to need it to be 300 per minute. I'm going to stick with 240 for now. But if we need to, we can come back and do something else with it. I'll leave that craft bench there because that's a very useful thing to have. And we can just ride the, if I can get on this stupid thing, just ride this. At turbo speed. So this was 230 meters worth of conveyor, I'm pretty sure. So we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. The elegant turns made in the conveyor belt. Yeah, it's an acquired skill. And sometimes it doesn't work, like you saw. I mean, shoot, I was only planning on doing this for like 2 hours today, and I thought we were going to be able to definitively get something going, but I guess I was wrong. Too long, huh? This is the first weekend of college football in the U.S. Week 0. It's going to catch a couple of games, but hey, we're having a good time. I'm going to get something going here before we're done. I've got to decide if we're going to do this tomorrow as well. I know we just recently got into Oxygen Not Included, but this is having the main release in, what, 2.5 weeks, and we need to make sure that we have all of this complete. Hey, more spiders. All right, we can dispatch these guys real quick. Oh, I missed that one. Anybody else? Kind of looks like a head crab from Half-Life 2. I don't hate Oxygen Not Included. It's just really hard. It makes my brain hurt. Wait, was it going to let me... What are you doing, sir? Is it trying to escape me or trying to come attack me? Well, hello. Regardless, we'll go ahead and just take care of that. I guess I could pick up these remains and make those other things. I just haven't been doing it because I didn't have any spots. But we might as well make use of the materials. It's all ogre now. We want to turn this into weird Shrek roleplay. How far do we have to keep? Jeez. This is a very long distance in the tunnel here. But once the conveyor's up and running, it's not going to matter because it's just going to be constantly full. I know I can run the wire through the wall. I just hate how that looks, so I'm just going to have it go on the pole like it always would. We've got to be kind of close to the top now, right? Yeah, I can see natural sunlight. I think. Oh, no, this is... Yeah, this is the exit here. Alright. So, this is now outside. And that goes all the way up there. Stupid thing. Where's the map? There it is. So, now we are... now we're down all the way here. And we want to get up there. But for power, we just have to connect to the nearest pole, which is probably somewhere right here. Wouldn't it have been easier to go out the other side of the cave? Not necessarily, because we still want the materials to come up this way, so they can interface with the rest of the stuff. The problem we're going to run into is, well, if we'd come out this side of the cave, we would have come out right about here. It's going to be really hard to get up that cliff and then over this to get over there. We have plenty of safe slots now, or safe slots, inventory slots available now because I used all my materials. But we want to bring the material up this way so that we can build another factory over in this area using the other stuff. But I've got to figure out from here now where the limestone is. I'm thinking it's not going to be in a super convenient location. Yeah, see there's one there, one there. Oh, there is one down here. Alright, well maybe I was wrong. I might have been actually wrong. No, well, no, maybe not, because this right here is where we took the ladder up. I took the ladder up here and then walk over that way. So I think we might actually be closer than we think to our little bauxite area. Scan for uranium so we can see how long the cave was. I think it's gonna tell us that it only measures in a straight line. I'm pretty sure it's only like 200 meters from here. Oh, 407, but this is going to be, by the time we put conveyors in here, it's going to be like 2 kilometers of conveyors. It's just a really, really long process. So now I gotta think about... Oh, hello. When did you get here? Alright. How am I going to get back up? Because I need to go that way, which is... Sheesh. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back up over this whole thing anyway. That is going to be a task. Huh. Well, shoot, I don't know. I might not have time to do this today. That's going to be a problem. How am I going to get this over here? I gotta go pretty much directly that way, but we're way at the bottom here. If I'd come out the other side, it probably would still be worse because this is a lot further down. The darker the color is, the lower the elevation is. This would still be probably several hundred meters down vertically from where we currently are. And we could even be 100 meters down vertically from where this stuff is. Make a centrifuge, get some bad water, and level the mountain. Yeah, I wish. That would be something, all right. So I think what we're going to need to do... This is going to be stupid, but we're going to have to build a tower here, I'm pretty sure, and have multiple conveyor transfers up. Just got to figure out exactly where the best place to put this is going to be, where it's not going to intersect with too much. I might have to just bring this all the way out past everything here and just build this right around here, maybe. This is going to be some sort of unholy abomination, I'm sure. Like if I build right there, and I look straight up from the corner. Yeah, I can live with this. That'll work. So 4x4 foundation should be enough, I think. Do you need extreme amounts of uranium? No. But it still needs to go somewhere. A drone... I don't know if a drone will operate in the tunnel or not. But the drone also has to be fueled, which means we have to get the batteries in place. So while it is annoying to construct a lot of conveyor belts, it is the most sustainable solution because they just run infinitely, and you don't have to fuel them up. The other problem... Well, actually, it might not be a problem with the drones because they carry 9 stacks, and a stack is, I believe, 100. If it can fly in the cave, or even if it can only fly down here, you're only transporting 9 stacks at a time. So if the travel of the drone takes a significant amount of time, it's actually going to be slower in terms of getting a mass quantity of the material to a different location than it would be to just have the conveyor. The Mark III conveyor, which can do 270 items per minute. 270 items being almost 3 full stacks. Well, we're only doing 240 coming out of the thing, so I guess it's probably just, say, 2.5 stacks per minute. If the drone takes 4 minutes to go and make a round trip, then it's slower than a Mark III belt. The truck also is going to be a bigger problem because the truck can't ascend a slope steeper than the 2-meter ramp. It can't do the 4-meter ramp. It can only do the 2-meter one. So you would have to make a crazy, like, spiraling highway thing. And that would take a lot longer, both to build and traverse in a truck versus just having vertical conveyors. Okay, I'm getting bombarded by the Coast Guard here. Give me these guys here. Get out of here. I'm just gonna build the tower. But I can't help thinking maybe I want to do a 3x3. Because, like, the inside of this is going to be hollow anyway, right? So if we did a 3x3... Oh, no, hold on. That's wrong. Reducing build time. If you're trying to reduce build time in Satisfactory, you've already lost. Like, it's not a game about being simple. Do I have... Okay, there's a staircase thing you could unlock that I didn't, because I didn't like it. But I believe if I had that unlocked, then it could just go around and around and around like the world's worst spiral staircase. But if I have this set up in a way that is actually smart, I think we're going to be in a good spot. Do I want to just have this whole thing be windows? That would probably actually look pretty cool. Hey, you show me the shower item in game and we'll build it. Can I zoop? Is that R? Yeah. Nope. So if I do 10 up, just this corner here. Let's see how tall I can build the conveyor. Oh, I don't have steel. So we'll have to make it a Mark 1 and then upgrade it. I think the way this is set up, we're going to have to figure something. Justin M. Wow, thank you very much for the $20. I really appreciate you. Feel free to say hi. I hope you're having a good Saturday afternoon. I'm going to do a conveyor wall here, so this can go in right in the center. And then I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the rest of this. I want to do... See, I want to do stuff that looks nice, right? So if I have this go up 8... If I have it go up 9, then that will mean every 10th is a conveyor belt thing. If the conveyor... I don't know how high it goes. This might actually be exactly as tall as I wanted it to be. Let's climb up here and take a look. Oh, okay. That'll go significantly higher than that. That's 10. It looks like you can have 11 of these in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So every 12 is the maximum reach of one of those conveyor lift things. So if I'm going to do that, then I could have this inside, outside, and then inside again, probably. Would that look stupid? I'm not sure. See, look at that. That's like the perfect, that's like the perfect thing right there. If I just have this... I can have that connect. Yeah, that should connect perfectly. Is that facing the right way? Yeah. So if that's the maximum height that will go, then that gets us pretty good distance. That would be 48 meters each, I think, because each one of these is 4 meters high. So that's almost 100 meters right there. That's like 96. If we can live with that being inside, outside, inside, whatever, until it gets up high enough, then I think that's going to be fine. And then we can just have some sort of a staircase somewhere. I think this will work. Now, plus 10, then that has to have one more at the very top. Is that actually going to let me get away with that? Okay. Alright, so you guys like that. Good. Because I kind of don't want to try anything else. I kind of like just doing this. Let's go back up here. Ladders. Yeah, we could do ladders. And we probably will, but if I'm going to make a tower, I might as well have some sort of a... an interesting design element to it, right? All right, so that's got to go there. I'll need one more, not the double conveyor wall, regular conveyor wall. There we go. It does need to be Mark III, but I can upgrade them. I don't have any more steel beams, but I do have the materials to build the Mark I belts and the Mark I lifts, and I can just one-click upgrade those once I have enough steel beams. Okay, so if we're doing that, I guess I need to check and make sure I have... Okay, good. I've got materials for ladders. We're going to have to ascend... Nope, there's that damage again. We're going to have to ascend the side of this. I'll just build ladders up the wall here. Yeah, there's a method to my madness, usually. And then I guess every time the conveyor belt either goes out or goes in, we're going to want to have a landing floor. Just for aesthetic purposes. So that's what we would end up doing. Let me just climb up on top of this ladder here. Yeah, so wherever this is, we're going to want to have, I think for aesthetic purposes, just a regular wall attached to it. Going to let me get to the other side of this without falling off. There we go. And then I think at the very underside of this, after we get this hooked up. I'm going to run out of silica before I can get this completely finished. But we can do either regular foundations, or under architecture we have the glass frame foundations if we want to put those in. We could also just completely ignore that and just put catwalks. Just depends on how we're feeling about stuff. I would probably prefer to have some sort of a actual thing to walk on. So maybe what we do is we just have regular 1 meter foundations. Okay, that's faced that way. Yeah, it snapped weird on me. Just put our regular foundation like this. Make sure this is actually, yep, around the outside. And then the very center can be, oh, we're going to have floor holes and stuff too. Or maybe we just leave this one open. I don't know. We've got an opportunity to make something that looks at least remotely interesting. But maybe the center we just do the glass frame foundation. Ah, steel beams. Okay, well, don't have those. I guess it depends on how we're going to have our stairs. If it's just going to be this one ladder going up. Because there's quite a lot of vertical ground still to cover. Yeah, see, like this mess right here is going to just keep on going. Because I've got to go over the top of this entire thing. And that could be very long. So this is the level that I think that we actually need to be at. So depending on how we wanted to build this, actually, we could just go straight over here. And we could tie it into that side, but I'm pretty sure when we get to this, we're going to want to just come straight out. So now I have to be careful when I jump off of this so I don't inadvertently kill myself. Yeah, I kind of created a problem for myself, huh? Well, I have the, I can't remember what it's called. Jetpack. My mind must actually be going. Alright. So that will go, I just need the one. No, just the one. Fine, I'll just get rid of this extra one. Alright. I can't easily build from up top here. But if I can get the 1 meter foundation in place, yeah, I think that's going to work. If that is in the correct spot, which it looks like it might be, just jump over here real quick. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Give me the frame window here. Yeah, we can live with that. Just get this whole thing situated correctly, and then we'll just keep going up and up and up. Yeah, remember when I was going to have this finished today? We're going to be making nuclear power, and that was a long time ago, and then it took us an hour to get into the cave. Good times. Progress is progress. Sometimes it just takes time. Alright, so that's 10. That'll be 11. I can't remember if that was going to be the right amount of things or not, so we'll just bring that all the way up. I think I actually got the count correct this time. Hey, Steve. Yeah, if my brain is this bad now, I'm actually severely concerned about what it's going to be like when I'm like 60. Okay, who's... Oh, no. We got this guy to deal with now. Alright, just don't hit me while I'm airborne, please. So I don't want to get blasted over the side here. Get back here. Alright. Anybody else up here I should know about? Nice view, though. So our drone port is basically directly through the woods there. I could have this hug the side of the cliff here, or I could just decide that right here is a good enough place to stop and have this go out. I think that's probably the right thing to do. Let's just have it go out right here. So, I think that's what we will do. We just have to build this to match right here. Maybe make a 90-degree or something. Yeah, because I imagine we're going to have a separate facility for this anyway. Plus, it's cleaner if you have 3 maximum height conveyor lifts. I think that's going to look nicer. Alright, so frame window. Maybe we want one of these to turn into a door. Yeah, let's turn that one into a door. And then the rest of these can just be regular. It's not going to let me do that until I have the floor in place. Alright, so let's come over here. Is that the correct direction for the, I think. Nope, it's 90 degrees off. Alright. It doesn't matter. Yeah, well, it kind of does. Choo Choo does not work in Update 6, and it probably will not work in Update 6. The mod developer is no longer working on it. Which is unfortunate, but also I completely understand because these people are not being paid to do it, and if you're not getting a whole lot of enjoyment from it or you don't have time to do it, then there's no reason to keep going. Okay, so that is set up fine there. I think, yeah, we'll just have this whole thing go all the way across, foundation-wise. Is that... There we go. Yeah, we'll just have this completely connected this way. In fact, we could even have a little support structure built into the side of the rock here. And we could even turn this into the factory to mess with the uranium. Well, I don't think there's any drama involved. I think he's just tired of doing it. This will be, in theory, once we have all the belts in place and upgraded, this will be 240 uranium per minute. I'll have to come meet stuff. Hey, there's coal right here. That's nice. Too bad I don't need any. But from here, where's our closest limestone? 600 meters that way? Really? Okay, well, that one is 1,000 meters. Yeah, that's way down there. Man, I hate to say it, but this might actually be easiest to just bring the limestone in from all the way over there. It's not going to be a 6-hour stream. I actually do have to stop pretty soon. But I wanted to get something accomplished today. So, oh, now I'm going to be out of iron plate. That's a problem. Man, I was not prepared. How irritating. I guess we just need to decide what the most annoying thing is to have to work with and build around that. It's honestly probably going to be the sulfuric acid. Because we're not even... Yeah, you know what? The sulfur is being flown in by drone. So if we had another sulfur location over here, within the same general area as where we are in this concrete, then maybe it would be best to just set up another thing. Oh, you know what? Yeah. There is a normal purity sulfur node over here. I think that might be what we end up having to do. We might just have to truck this, not truck it, but we might have to just have this uranium make its way over to this general area, and then we have a sulfur refinement thing happening, because we have power all the way through here. So sulfuric acid, I'm pretty sure, is just water and sulfur in a blender. But let's check that. Yeah. Oh, and a refinery. I'm sorry. So we have to insert sulfuric acid into the blender to make the encased uranium cells, and then there is a byproduct of waste sulfuric acid that then we could then pump back into the process. Oh, there's going to be so much math. But yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is just have this come out this way. And maybe just have some sort of a gantry structure or something to get this put in the right spot. But I think if we're going to do that, then I'm going to get rid of that, and then maybe replace these instead of being the flat platforms. See if we can do... Okay, frame floors. That's not going to work. No, okay, it was going to be fine the way it was. It's rotated the wrong way. No, now it's not. Alright, so this will end up going completely straight this way. We'll just have this go right the way over here. And then we'll meet up with our limestone and our sulfur over here. And we'll have to make a whole factory just to make the uranium cells. But the good news with that is that by the time that's finished, we will be reasonably close to this train station to where we could, if we needed to, just run conveyors or some sort of other supply line to here if we needed to bring something else in. But I think the way that this is going to be set up, it can be completely self-sufficient, and then we just have the completed uranium cells that we could put on a drone and bring into our main area here. Or we could just have our nuclear power plant could just be here. Could just be randomly in the middle of this area. We got this nice big lake. We got a couple other ones. Because all they need is the control rods. I am 90% sure. So we've got the encased uranium cells that go into the uranium fuel rods with the control rods. So we will need to have a supply for those. But the encased uranium cells can be completely produced on site over here. And that was the thing I was most worried about, because these we can make back at the main base, and we could have a train or whatever bring them up here, and then we just have to combine these. And if we already have limestone over there, all I have to do is I have to have a Mark II or maybe a Mark III miner on the limestone. We can make encased industrial beams with the help of the steel from somewhere else. It's a lot to deal with. And I unfortunately don't have enough time to commit to doing that today, so I think this is probably a decent spot to go ahead and end. Unfortunately, because we had so much other stuff we wanted to get done, but it's been a little bit more time than I had already planned for, and I got other stuff I have to do. I have to do the water beaver video for tomorrow, then I have real life obligations. But if you guys want us to do Satisfactory tomorrow, we can, roughly the same time, early afternoon my time, early evening European time. But if not, then we can do something else. But yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut it for now. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. All the support. I know Devilish, if you're still in here, you donated some membership at the beginning of the stream. And then Justin, if you're still here, thanks very much for the 20. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support from everyone just hanging out in chat as well. Always good to get to hang out with you. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back again very soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.